Hello and welcome. I'm Umbra and this is Terraria. Today we're just going to be doing a quick um, meteorite hunting episode. And to get it started, we need to buy a few things before I can just go off to hunt these meteorites. My inventory is still a mess. I did a little bit of fishing off screen. I don't really need any of that, but I need a lot of this. Ooh, is that all I can afford for right now? Yes, that is all I can afford for right now. Sad but true. So let's go ahead and look through our materials that we have real quick. Actually, I will take these with me, but I need one more thing. So I don't need fallen stars right now. Yes, that's what I need. Alright. So let's go ahead and make a whole bunch of these. And the reason I'm making these, you'll see when I get to the meteorite. I should also have one other thing that should help me in the meteorite area. Let's see. Where did I throw it? Not in there. Did I actually put it in my building materials like I should? Yes, I did. Alright, so we're also going to make one... Ooh, hold on. Huh. Obsidian armor. I've never made that stuff before. With the cloth, what do the greaves give? 4 defense versus... You know what? Let's see if I can make an entire set of that. So I lose the set bonus from that. The helmet looks a little weirder. And there is no set bonus from this. And overall I lose out on more defense. Darn. So yeah, 21, 24, yeah, 24 versus 22. Darn. Oh well. Now I'm going to make this obsidian skull. Now this thing isn't very fancy or anything like that, and it can be combined with some other things, but the ideal thing about it is it grants immunity to fire blocks, and that'll be important a little later. So I'm going to stick it over here to get some room. And I know I've gone pretty far this way, all the way to the Crimson. So we're going to try going the other way. I haven't really caught anything too interesting in our jungle pond. Haha. I don't know what this zebra butterfly is worth. 15% bait power. Meh. But I haven't really caught anything in the jungle pond I set up, but it's there when I need it. Eventually I will. Let's start our long trek, and hopefully the meteor isn't too far away. But it probably is through the jungle, since we've already been to the jungle a few times and not seen it. Unless it happened to land really far on the outside. So I did spend some time off camera as well getting this demonic blade of grass up. So there is a demonic blade now. I don't think that's the best modifier for it, but I think it's a good enough one for the current moment. I'm just going to leave it be. Have I? No, I haven't moved this. Oh, might as well take that with me. And a bat. So this sword, the grass sword, isn't the end-all of what I want. It's a decent sword, but I really can do better if I can just get some more materials. And I still need to go and go through the jungle a little more to get some materials to make my new grappling hook. But that'll probably come in the next episode. Or I'll probably do that off screen actually. I almost don't need a new grappling hook, but it really is useful in a lot of places, especially when building. If you're a big builder type person in this game, having a better grappling hook opens up so many possibilities. Oop. I can one-shot those slimes, just not the jungle bats. So I was surprised I have not encountered that meteor yet. Just making sure it doesn't somehow wind up on top of this tree. It seems like I'm out of the jungle into a small desert with a small oasis in it. Oh, I do need to return here at some point. Actually, can I don't know if I've tested this recently, but can I mine this with my current pickaxe? Nope. I need something a little better. Down there can be a lot of interesting stuff, but it's also fairly dangerous. Ah, I poisoned it. Neat. And it died. Alright. And let's grab this. Huh, that meteor must have landed really far on the outskirts. Oh, now we're back in the Crimson. Yes, having these jet boots and rocket boot things with the Shield of Cthulhu and everything makes life so much easier. So we're almost at the beach, and we didn't find where the meteor landed. So the only other place I can think of is either it hit a sky cloud, which it can do, or maybe it is somewhere back this way? Somewhere in this area? Because I'm fairly certain we visited this Crimson recently. Ooh, and there's an NPC I need to rescue. Unfortunately, I don't think I brought any good materials, so... Shadewood, huh? Here's a zombie somewhere. Ah. Ah. Darn zombie. I'm trying to build here. So... Ooh. Holy crap, there's a shark. I need that. So when I wake this guy up, the problem is he's gonna fall down unless he has something beneath him. And NPCs aren't terribly smart when it comes to what I use. See if I can just beat him away. Okay, if I just hit him like that. Nope. No! Darn it! Darn you! I was hoping to rescue that guy, and now I can't seem to find where I put the obsidian. Alright, it's right there. Fortunately, most enemies can't figure out how to swim. go ahead and seal those guys off there. And I can't take that back out. I'll have to return here at some point in the future. So, since we didn't find the meteor over this way, we're going to have to try the other direction. Go ahead and grab all that money that's accumulated in my little lava pit. Alright, let's go ahead and deposit some of this stuff away. I shouldn't need this right now, or that, or these, or the rest of the gel. I don't really need a diving helmet. Maybe later. So let's head to the other area. See if we can find this. I'm really hoping it did not hit a floating island or something. Just because if it did, it's going to make it harder, one, to locate where that floating island is. Well, not harder to locate as opposed to other floating islands, but just harder to locate where the meteor landed. And two, sometimes when they land on things like that, it can actually hurt how much of the meteor spawns. So we won't get as much as we might otherwise. Thought that was a strange plant. And take care of this zombie. I need to get a faster melee weapon. But I don't... Without either getting the item I need to go with the Crimtane or the meteor, I can't really do that just yet. Well, there is a roundabout way I could go. I could go through fishing and get the item. And I may wind up having to do that just to, you know, compensate for my poor play. But we'll see. We'll see. We're going to try it this way first, though. Like I said, Terraria has a large amount of roundabout ways of doing the same thing. Not in a bad way, not just redundant, but just interesting. If you don't want to do something, you can always try and find a different way around it. And still reach the same end goal. Which, like I said, I like it. Makes up for people who are just bad at it, like me. You know what? I'm going to take out this tree. Or at least a part of this tree. Oh, no, I want to use this explosive. Kind of leaves behind a floating tree, but I'll correct that later. I am not a very environmentally friendly person. Hey, 100th Demon Eye. Man, those thorns are kind of annoying. Alright, we got a lot of deserts in this world. Or at least small deserts. Ooh, okay, found it. So this is a meteorite. And I believe they can spawn in two sizes. I believe there's like a small and a large meteorite. I am just going to use all of this This also beckons a different type of enemy to show up. These guys over here, they are meteor heads. Now, if you don't have the obsidian skull that I have, and you try and stand on these bricks, you'll find it hurts a lot because it keeps setting you on fire. Ooh. Why can't I hit this one? So I just want to collect as much as I can, and if I can get it below a certain number, there will be, these meteor heads will actually stop spawning. Oop, wrong button. Why does it sometimes not hit one of them? I'm on fire. It's no good. I do have the obsidian skull. Okay, so it's just one of them that set me on fire. So it looks like I might have killed or taken enough of the blocks that... Nope, not yet. Let's get rid of some of the sand. In fact, let's do right here. Alright. That should allow me to get a lot of those. And we'll take care of these meteor heads. Grab some more. I really need to organize this a little better. Alright. By the way, those running dashes I keep doing into them, not actually intentional. They look cool though. Alright. Yeah, it looks like we may have actually finished off this time though. So now I'm going to just try and collect the remainder. Make sure there's nothing left behind that's going to cause me issues. And I think we're done here. So there's a lot of cool stuff I can make with all this meteorite I collected. And one, as you can see, I think that was a small meteor. One of those will get you about half of a full stack. So if you can survive it and mine it out, you'll have enough to make most of the stuff you need. Now if you're playing multiplayer, it might be a little more difficult if you're both after the same items. Now let's see here. Now we got the Meteor Ham Axe, which is actually a much better axe. So it has almost twice as much axe power and combines the hammer. And it's a better hammer. I believe... And then there's this armor. So the armor is much better, but it increases magic damage, which isn't really an armor I want to wear long term. But there's another hidden bonus to it, if you happen to wear a complete set of it. So we're going to change out all our armor. I think I'll wear cloak for a moment. It's because of the dye, you can't really tell. So this gives us a set bonus, and now it actually says it. It used to not say this, but Space Gun costs 0 mana. And what's the Space Gun, you ask? Why, this thing, right here. A relatively fast-firing weapon that actually uses mana. It doesn't use bullets like most do. And with this, I can fight a lot of enemies. I don't really need lighting because it generates light. And let's go ahead and sort out our inventory a little bit. Sort. Okay, and then throw the old armor in there. These are the meteorite bars that I don't need for right now. A demon eye banner can hang up here. Oh, and one of the times I fought the Eye of Cthulhu, and I don't know how long I've been forgetting to mention this, I got the trophy. It is actually the time right after I fought him on the screen. He just drops the trophy. And all bosses are capable of dropping it. It's just kind of rare. Not terribly, but just a little bit. actually, I want to set this chest right here. I'm going to keep the rest of this on me. And I'm going to sell these 2 tools I no longer need. It's really great that I'm able to condense tools like this. And you. And so our space gun, if you'll notice, does not have any sort of modifiers on it. So we need to take the time to actually reforge it. It's not that expensive to do. So damaged, strong. Ooh, and I'm out of money. So the other cool thing about, finding a meteorite and plundering it is the ore. It's actually worth a decent amount. And I'm not going to use all of it, but I am going to sell about 43 bars. And this should give us a decent amount of gold. Yeah, 6 gold right there. That's a decent amount. Masterful. Oh, sorry. If I remember correctly, this is not the best, but the extra damage on it, I think I'm going to take that. I think the best is either, I think it's Mystic. Ooh, do I want to try? Murderous. Better speed and additional crit. That may actually be better. Zealous. And I've done it to myself again. Well, actually it has a good chunk of damage. I'll just accept that for right now. But this is a weapon we'll probably use to explore a lot of the early mid game with. As you can see, other than continuing to make an annoying sound after a while, being able to fire a weapon infinitely like this that does a pretty decent amount of damage is really useful. If I can hit something. It's not going to kill anything, but, well, I mean, it's not going to, like, one-shot kill anything, especially not the way I have it right now. But it'll make fighting a lot easier with the rapidity of its firing and its fact that it doesn't require any sort of ammo. So I'm not spending any money to get more ammo, or I'm not having to worry about running out of ammo. It's just pretty much good to go as it is. So I think that's going to do it for us. This is a little bit of a shorter episode, but I think we accomplished a little bit here. In the next one, maybe I'll set up an arena in one of these, a real arena, not the kind of temporary thing I did, in one of these 2 Crimson areas. And we'll take another swing at the Brain of Cthulhu. Because I believe that's the only thing holding us back from going to... Well, we probably won't go to hell just yet. We'll probably go into the dungeon after this. But that will require its own arena. So, thank you for joining me. I'm Umbra, and this has been Terraria. Have a good one.